They fly for thousands of miles. Their journey is one of the great wonders of the natural world. These are the monarch butterflies. They are small creatures, but their travels are immense. For many, the trip covers nearly 3,000 miles. It is a long and perilous road. They leave the fields, they leave the gardens, they leave Canada, they leave the United States. They travel south toward a place they have never seen. The journey takes weeks, even months. They face storms, they face winds, they face countless dangers. Yet they press on, guided by an ancient instinct. The air begins to cool, the days grow shorter. This is the signal for them to begin. One by one, then in streams, they take to the sky. They do not fly in a straight line. They ride thermal currents, soaring and gliding to save energy. They are masters of the air. They cross vast lakes, sprawling cities, endless plains. At night, they cluster together for warmth and safety. At last, their long journey finds its end. They arrive high in the Sierra Madre Mountains of central Mexico. Here there is a very specific type of forest. It is a grove of Oyamel fir trees. These trees grow tall and straight in the cool, thin air. They form a dense canopy, a protective roof over the forest floor. This is the place the monarchs have been searching for. The air is still. The world seems to fall silent. At first glance, the forest looks as if it is on fire. The trees are draped in a brilliant living cloak of orange and black. It is not the color of autumn leaves. It is the color of wings. Millions upon millions of monarch butterflies have gathered here. They cover every branch and every needle of the Oyamel firs. They hang in massive clusters, so thick that branches bend under their collective weight. The sound is barely a whisper, like the quiet turning of pages in a vast library. The butterflies press close to one another. The air here is thin and cold. The stillness is profound. In this mountain sanctuary, the monarchs enter a state of near hibernation. They are not here to breed. They are not here to feed extensively. They are here to rest. This period of rest is crucial. It allows them to conserve the fat stores they built up during their long journey south. They must make this energy last for several months until the warmth of spring calls them to move once more. They hang from the branches in their dense clusters, their wings folded tightly. They look like dry, withered leaves. When the sun breaks through the clouds, the scene transforms. A few butterflies take flight, a swirling river of orange in the crisp air. But mostly they rest. Their long, exhausting marathon is over. The dense canopy acts like a blanket and an umbrella. It shields them from rain and snow and traps a layer of warmer air. Cool temperatures slow their metabolism, conserving precious energy. Everything about this small patch of forest is perfectly suited for survival. A cathedral built by nature, for one of its most remarkable pilgrims. The story of the monarch migration is not the story of a single life. It is a story that spans across generations. The butterflies that arrive in Mexico in the autumn are a very special generation. They are born in the late summer in the north. They do not mature to reproduce right away. They enter a state of pause development. This allows them to live for many months, far longer than a typical monarch. Their purpose is to complete the great journey south and survive the winter. In the spring, the overwintering monarchs will awaken. They will mate, and the females will begin their journey north. They fly only part of the way, stopping to lay their eggs on milkweed plants. A new generation is born. It continues the journey northward. This cycle repeats 2 or 3 more times. Each generation follows the emergence of the milkweed. Step by step, they push the range northward. Then, as summer wanes, the migratory generation is born. They do not know the way from memory. The path is an inherited instinct. A staggering collective feat binds a butterfly in Canada to a grove in Mexico. It is a true marvel of the natural world. This incredible phenomenon, this cathedral of wings, is fragile. The Oyamel fir forests in Mexico, their only winter refuge, are shrinking. Illegal logging and agriculture chip away at this vital sanctuary. Thinned forests expose butterflies to lethal cold, rain, and snow. Across their route, habitat loss removes the milkweed their young need. With widespread herbicides, milkweed vanishes and the relay cannot continue. Climate change brings deadly storms and confuses migration timing. Pesticides kill adults and contaminate caterpillar food. Their numbers have fallen sharply. This wonder is now vulnerable. Yet in the quiet of the Oyamel fir grove, there is still hope. The golden silence of millions of resting wings holds a profound lesson. It speaks of resilience. It speaks of endurance. Across the continent, people work to protect these remarkable travelers. We can plant milkweed, turning yards and parks into oases and nurseries. We can avoid pesticides. A safe garden is a gift of life. Small acts, multiplied, can stitch their root back together. Supporting Oyamel forest conservation keeps the sanctuary standing. If we listen, we can hear their quiet story on the wind, a whisper of hope for the future.